media, used effectively, can change the world. It doesn't only affect the way people think, but the way they act. And there's been a few amazing social media campaigns over the last year, but one has really stood out in its ability to not only, why isn't it changing? Not only change the way whole populations act, but it's actually managed to change whole government policies, and particularly foreign policy. Now, looking at a few things that good social media campaigns do get right, they use a consistent, powerful narrative. They make it relevant to people. They use various platforms, and each platform is a piece of the whole. They evolve from conversation into action, and they remain agile and responsive as market needs change. And for me, unfortunately, the best social media campaign of the year has been ISIS. They've inspired 35,000 people to leave their homes and go fight for a pretty evil, fucked up cause. But more particularly, they've instilled fear in thousands of people to the point that, in one instance, 20,000 tweets were sent in one day of beheadings and crucifixions, and not a shot was fired, and the Iraqi army actually vacated the whole town, and ISIS moved in and controlled the whole area. They've used something called, which was an app for Android, which got 20,000 downloads, called the Dawn of Great Tidings, which allowed them to tweet on 20,000 people's behalf, circumventing Twitter's spam policy. They've also used hashtag hijacking, looking at things like Western culture that is actually relevant, like FIFA World Cup, showing, unfortunately, a beheaded soldier and saying, this is our ball, it is made of skin, or using the Ferguson riots to say, hey blacks, ISIS will save you, hashtag Ferguson, wake up America. Their production values are amazing. They've got full-length feature movies in 5 languages, German, Arabic, French, English. The journalist beheading, and that's just one Facebook post, got 2 million views. They actually have something called Jihadi Cool, looking at memes. This is our Call of Duty, we respawn in Jannah. YOLO, you only die once, why not make it martyrdom? And of course, Icon has recruits. And you can see the cat thing actually follows through, because you'll see in the next slides, but you even have jihadi hipsters. They use filters. I mean, they're actually making the beard look a little bit cooler than the other hipsters. And they're really starting to tap into the whole Western culture in terms of being able to make people migrate. Cats, love cats. I mean, there's a guy with his cat. There's another guy with his cat posing with his ammunition. The one guy on the left, that was a picture of him taken with his cat before going off to blow himself up like a good cat lover would do. I don't know who's feeding his cat now. More cats. There's our little friend at home, little Mujahid, and there's a cat with a Kalashnikov, and there's another guy, you know, stroking a cat, showing that these guys are human too, because they love cats. And then, of course, responsive to change, because now they've realized, hey, they've reached their peak of 35,000 recruits, so why not do jihad at home? So now they're calling for people to actually run people over with their cars and spit in their faces in Europe, which is, of course, is amazing. And I've watched that video. I think the Black Hawk helicopter is coming for me, because I've watched so much stuff. And then, of course, for all the marketers, return on investment. This is legit. This is their annual report. The design is amazing. How many suicide bombings have taken place? How many roadside bombings? How many... I mean, this stuff is all legit. So, can social media change the world? And my question to you is, if social media can do this, why the fuck are we in this room not actually doing something for good?